sick of this. Really sick of this. I'm tired of this. I'm totally not interested in all of this. I don't care about Ashton What's-His-Face and Demi What's-Her-Face. I don't care about who wore this dress better. I don't care about what they were thinking. I don't care about Justin Bieber's car. I don't care about his money. I don't care about his face or his hair or his girlfriend or his glasses or his pants, and I can't stress enough about how much I don't care about his music. I don't care about Kim Kardashian's fashion line. I don't care about her marriage, and I don't care about her divorce. And regardless of how often the subject is debated, I'm not interested in finding out the total square footage of her posterior. I'm sick of the media making billions of dollars building people up, only to make billions more dollars tearing them down again a few years later. I did spend a little time seeing if I could find uncensored versions of the Scarlett Johansson pics, but you gotta cut me some slack on that one. I'm tired of strip malls. I'm tired of chain stores. I'm sick of the fact that the concept of freedom of choice has somehow mutated into the choice between shopping at Kmart, Target, or Walmart. I know I'm supposed to feel at home at this chain restaurant, but I feel like a laboratory rat. I know I'm supposed to feel joy and excitement when I see this movie poster, but I feel really exhausted and depressed. I don't care about the latest iPhone or the latest 9,000 iPhone apps. I don't care about the newest Xbox or newest PlayStation. I'm not necessarily sick of Facebook, but I am tired of feeling antisocial when I don't do a post about what I had for dinner. I don't care about the X Factor. I don't care about American Idol. In fact, I resent American Idol for promoting the idea that music should be assembled and performed with the goal of having millions of consumers like it, rather than an art form for people who actually have something to express. There's a reason why someone invented the word alienate. There's a reason why someone invented the word misanthrope. Maybe I was born either way too early or way too late. There seems to be a program you're supposed to go along with, and I have no interest in going along with it. I'm sick of this. Really sick of this. Why the hell do I drink so much? I actually really don't know. I've got a few reasons, ideas, and theories, but I'm pretty aware that they could just as easily be cop-outs, excuses, and rationalizations. Maybe it's because this cocktail glass looks a lot cooler than this smoothie bottle. Maybe it's because I'd rather watch that movie Barfly than It's a Wonderful Life. Maybe it's because when I drank in my teens, it was fun. Maybe it's because when I drank in my early 20s, it was fun. It's hard to say whether or not I still enjoy it now, but I can definitely say for sure that it's fun or that it used to be fun. Maybe it's because for some reason I find this drunken, depressed, and downtrodden old man infinitely less irritating than this sprightly, healthy, optimistic man of the same age. Maybe it's because I used to think it was a grown-up, adult thing to do. Maybe it's because I still sort of think it's a grown-up, adult thing to do. Maybe it's because I've convinced myself that sobriety is tedious. Maybe it's because I still have some sort of adherence to the romantic image of the Byronic hero. If you don't know what a Byronic hero is, look it up on Wikipedia. It's pretty interesting. Maybe it's because I'm beginning to resent living in a low-fat, low-cholesterol, UV-protected, gluten-free, reduced-sugar, low-sodium, soybean-based, non-smoking world. Maybe it's because I'm fairly convinced that Animal House would have been a slightly less entertaining movie if they were drinking Hawaiian Punch at the toga party. Maybe it's because I figure if you take decongestants to treat a stuffy nose and aspirin to treat a headache, then why not alcohol to treat various inner demons? I'm just surprised that doctors don't advertise it on TV as the finest intoxicating depressant available without a prescription. Maybe it's because I've heard millions of awful stories of drunks losing their jobs, neglecting their children, and driving their cars off cliffs, and I've never done anything that bad, so what the hell do I care? Maybe it's because, though I understand and respect that Aerosmith needed to sober up in order to save their own lives, it's hard not to notice that most of their music totally sucks eggs now. Maybe it's because I still expect to be able to be creative when drunk, as your inhibitions are theoretically lowered, even though I've proven to myself time and time again that I'm generally pretty stupid when my inhibitions are lowered. Maybe it's because when I'm drunk, I get what I can only describe as a hazy sort of clarity, even if only for a moment. Maybe it's because I'm generally kind of detached from my own emotions, but when I'm drunk, it's a lot easier to figure out if I'm happy, sad, or totally pissed off about something. Maybe it's because I'm uncomfortable around people and I always feel like I'm making an ass out of myself, so I figure I may as well make an ass out of myself and just not remember it the next day. Maybe it's because I don't care about anything, and this is a good way to say, the hell with it. Maybe it's because I care too much about everything, and this is a way to deal with the frustration. Maybe it's because I grant myself the serenity to defy the things I cannot change, the courage to ignore the things I can, and the wisdom to just not give a fuck. I make lists. Many, many lists. I make lists of what I did wrong yesterday, and I make lists of what I hope to do right today. I write things on my list that I should do this week. I write things on my list that I should do over the next year. I write things on my list that I think may eventually make me happy. I sometimes even write, make new long-term goals list on my short-term goals list if I feel like my long-term goals list isn't as well thought out as my short-term goals list. Usually when I start a new list, it is with the intention of making all the things I want to get done on that list less intimidating. I sometimes put things on my list that I know will be really easy to do so that when I cross them off, I will feel a sense of accomplishment. I frequently write my list in bed at night with the idea of, well, today was crappy because I didn't do enough things on my list, but tomorrow will be much, much better as long as I really get down and do all the things on my list. I also sometimes write a little note of motivation at the top of the list. Sometimes I write it like a bunch of cheerleaders going, you can do it, rah, rah, rah. And sometimes like my asshole third grade teacher saying, you have to get these things done. No messing around. I am uncertain of my motivation for writing lists. There is the logical reason that I simply want to get myself clear about what I want to get done, but I also sometimes wonder if I'm just trying to create the illusion that I must be accomplishing something. Maybe I think writing a list will propel me into an alternate universe where I am a person who has an organized, exciting life and actually gets things done. It's hard not to notice, though, that if I put something as simple as clean kitchen on my list, I will frequently sit and look at my list for a while, and even if the kitchen only looks like this, I will somehow convince myself that it looks like this. But the thing I've been noticing the most is that it doesn't seem to matter if I did everything on my list or nothing on my list. I always go to sleep feeling like I didn't get enough done, and tomorrow I should make sure I make a much, much better list.